Well, after the action that we've had in gold and silver, it is now time for more action here in here in Baku. I am absolutely shattered after the after those two races we've had in gold and silver. Absolutely drama around every corner of this course. It has been brilliant, hasn't it? There's still sprints races that have certainly I'm not been a fan of them, but I must say that the sprint races over the past 2 days have been absolutely fabulous, haven't they? But there's been controversy, drama, everything that you've wanted in a race or a Grand Prix weekend has certainly been apparent. The only thing that hasn't been apparent yet is the rain, which I'm quite surprised by, to be honest, because I was actually expecting at least one race to have an issue with rain. Potentially, we might get it here tonight. We may get it in Formula 2 tomorrow. We're only halfway through our adventures in Baku, but so I am still expecting a sprinkle of the wet stuff, whether it be tonight or not. Who knows that? What are the main stories coming out of Bronze tonight? Then, well, one of the main stories is the man who absolutely dominated Bahrain about 3 weeks ago is Dr. Troops, who is actually returning to the grid now tonight. Um, is returning to the grid tonight then, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he matches up to Nude Potato and of course the championship leader Vetsia. I'm very interested indeed then, and of course there's a lot of drivers that probably wants a bounce back after a pretty difficult race in Australia, the likes of Dynamo Dan. Dynamo Dan is in the comments and he reckons I've jinxed the weather now. To be honest, I am an evil Knievel. I think a bit of sprinkle of the wet stuff would be great. Or maybe not, actually, because I don't think I can handle any more action than what we've had already this week. Brilliant. Moomin Ninja, good luck to you tonight. Of course, it's your debut tonight, and I hope that it all goes well for you. Of course, driving in the Williams tonight in replace of TK, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight because he's got a personal matter to attend to. So I hope hope he has a as best day as he can here. Right then, as we have the green light is on the end of the pit lane, I hazard a guess then, and qualifying has officially begun then. So this sprint race, and of course, anyone who is new to ALR tonight, then of course, we've got a sprint race this weekend. We have had two sprint races already. This is our third sprint race as well. And what does that mean for the session then? Well, we have one qualifying session and 18 minutes long then. No knockout qualifying. This is as straightforward as you can be. You can go as fast as you can in 18 minutes then. That will set up the grid for the sprint. Then the sprint is 9 laps long, no mandatory pit stops. It is a sprint to the finish. And of course, and wherever you finish in the sprint will determine where you start for the Grand Prix itself. Sprint races are a point for 8th edition, 8 points for the win, and then for the Grand Prix itself, it's 25 points for the win, and of course, all the way down to 10th then. And we've got 3 cars out on circuit already then, of course. Let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Whilst we've got one in the Alpha Tower, it's a Kiki who's leading us around then. It is Vessier who leads the way, 9 points in front. Remember, the other two championship leaders over the past couple of days has fallen by the wayside, haven't they? Have lost their lead in the silver and gold championship. At this time before the sprint and the Grand Prix started, AC Immortal and Dylan was leading their championships respectively, and unfortunately both of them came unstuck. Is that going to be the same for Vessier tonight then? 9 points separates Vessier and New Potato in the championship. Dynamo Dunn, nightmare race in Australia, but he is still in third in the championship, still 33 points, no, 32 points behind Vessier. Slayer, also a difficult race in Australia as well. He is fourth in the championship, 2 points behind Dynamo Dunn. Dr. Troop has only done one race so far, but he's fifth in the championship. Marsky, great drive in Australia. Moved himself up to 6th. Cirrus Mushroom is 7th on 16 points. TK on 10. 8th for Vintage. Yellow flag already in Sector 1. And it's one of the Haas cars that has had an issue. I've gone all the way around. It Dynamo Dan. It may have been Dynamo Dan, unfortunately, having a And a few little gremlins then, as we just got Kiki on stream now as he breaks into turn number 1. Yes, we got Smithy Almighty in 10th position on 7 points, 1 point beyond Vintage. 11th position is Alibi, great race from Alibi last week. 12th position, Duncan Dave, who has got 2 points for the Williams team. And Kiki, if we've got on stream there, 1 point so far. Scooby... I got a tickle. Scooby Stew, Itemizer, Brooksy, Winnie, Sticker Smoke, Swan, Shanks, and Hungry Stars have all not got a point yet. Oh. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way by 1 point in front of the Ferrari. Goodness me, Kiki almost into the wall already. Red Bull leads the Constructors 1 point in front of the Ferrari, then 18 points away from the Ferrari, 19 points away from the lead is Haas in third position. Then Alpine, the current defending Constructors' Champions, are currently fourth. Fifth is the Mercedes team on 27 points. Sixth position is Alfa Romeo on 25 points. 12 points is the Williams team. 9 points is the AlphaTauri we've got on stream at the moment. McLaren on 7. Aston Martin at the bottom of the standards on 6 points so far. As they flick past it, two different pole sitters. New Potato got pole position in the last 2 races. Dr. Troops got pole position in his one and only qualifying run. I keep knocking me sound thing off. In his one and only qualifying run, which was back in Bahrain then. So let's see what Dr. Troops can do. Also, I think it is Brooksy's first start in bronze this weekend. So I keep saying this weekend, so we'll see how this goes. Ferrari is next across the line of, I think it's Itemizer. It is Itemizer who has gone fastest so far. Itemizer has good stuff indeed. I don't think he was racing to Itemizer, but he is, he ain't fast either anymore. It's Brooksy who's fastest there, just a whisker underneath the bar of a 42. It's a 41.9 so far. Slayer, good luck all. Evening to Serious Mushroom as well. Good evening to you both, of course, and cannot wait to see what you both can do. Of course, Slayer and Serious Mushroom are both in this race today. Serious Mushroom, who's probably going to be feeling a bit delicate after having some dental treatment last night. We got Moomin Ninja, his first lap ever in ALR, and he has gone full fastest there. 2/10 a second away from Itemizer at the moment. Remember, Itemizer won his debut as well, so that is pretty decent innings there from Moomin, and I reckon there's going to be some more pace on the table as well. What about Duncan Dave? That's the wrong blue car. There's too many blue cars in F1, isn't there? As Dr. Troop said, hasn't set a time just yet. I'm looking for the other Haas now, if I can find him, which would be a miracle in of itself. Goodness me, I've actually got a teammate back tonight. Serious Pressure was saying, yes, Brooksy is in the car, and tonight's a good 17 there for Brooksy. So we're down to the first pass with the lovely salmon pink helmet. I love it. He third fast at the moment now. We got Duncan Dave, who has just popped himself into 6th position, for 2/10 second behind Moomin Ninja tonight in the second Williams car. Smithy Almighty has gone at 7th fastest in the McLaren Mercedes, and as they break down into turn 1 then. Of course, over the last couple of nights we have had some absolutely dramatic developments, haven't we? Over the period of the 2 races, haven't we? Goodness gracious me. I don't really know how we can sum them up then, but we've had safety cars, we've had everything, haven't we? I am expecting safety cars here tonight then in the sprint or the Grand Prix itself, and New Potato is just about to finish his lap. Then what about Stickers Mud, who's run out of burst then, so he's gonna be feeding at the end there, but he's found 3 seconds improvement, but he's still 8/10 of a second away from Smithy Almighty. New Potato then, of course, abandoned his time now, hasn't he? Still playing, but getting better, thanks, Serious Mushroom saying. I've got to say, Serious Mushroom then, hopefully we'll be feeling fine and dandy for Formula 2 tomorrow night as well, of course. Racing 2 nights in a row, goodness gracious, that man has got something coming, hasn't he? Here's Dr. Troop said, as I mentioned, 1 qualifying session, 1 pole position, Dr. Troop said, 1 Grand Prix in bronze, and 1 victory in bronze as well. I think that was Dr. Troop's second ever Grand Prix in bronze, so he is going to be a formidable character, isn't he, here in bronze. Anyway, currently he's 4th fast at the moment on a 42.8, about, goodness me, Brooksy's got quite an advantage already, almost 9/10 of a second so far. 10 minutes ago, movement. I've got a bit more to come from my first time, just hoping I don't hit the wall. at the castle then. Although I think that the castle was a scene of many triumphs and tears, wasn't it, over the last 2 days as well. Hopefully there's going to be no tears tonight, or maybe evilly from my point of view, I hope there is tears then, because that just brings more drama. But that's become an evil young. I'm not even young anymore. Swanshanks there, not going too quickly into turn 6 there. Hulkenberg had an issue there, but on the outside, didn't they? I think we had 2 or 3 drivers retire there over the past 2 days as well, as Swanshanks battling the car almost off the circuit there. Of course, if you go off the circuit at the exit of turn 9, that is it. Your track gets, your lap time gets deleted, and that is it. So, yeah, it's a bit brute on the outside there, isn't it? But New Potato has gone faster by 3/10 goes for a hat-trick of pole positions. New Potato is here tonight, while he's lowered the bar, so to speak then. As now flying out of the turn 16 then for Swanshanks, that is, we are now trying to get the line of least resistance coming up into the finish line. Coming up to the finish line, and you can see DRS unavailable, and he's on the rev limiter quite early, isn't he? Swanshanks is about touching 220 miles an hour. Both Aston Martins are the slowest cars so far, unfortunately. However, this is very early stages of the qualifying session. Anything can happen, and it usually does. You've got Vestier, the championship leader, out on circuit as well, the Red Bull. We're just watching his teammate at the moment, Alibi, who got his first points of his season last time out in Australia. It was an absolutely dramatic Grand Prix in Australia, wasn't it? And I think it's going to be just as dramatic here tonight as well. Up to the line then, of course, once again hitting that limiter, only 216 miles an hour, but that's 4 miles an hour short of, oh, he's gone straight on there. And it was that Swanshanks there, doing a 3-point turn at turn 4, having an issue there. Vestier has gone faster. I missed him. He was so quick. I even missed him on the timesheet there. Vestier pole position so far by just over a 10th of a second from New Potato there. Good, very good time out of the starting block set for Vestier. Vestier's been on incredible runs since the end of last season, hasn't he? This man at the moment, and leads the championship there. Going up to the line, Kiki goes pole position as well. Kiki, who is going for his 3rd pole of his career, got in bronze here tonight. And wow, that's a great statement of intent now. So all of a sudden, the lap times are starting to heat up here. Winnie going into the castle 6 as well. As you can see, you're going to need some sunglasses coming out of the castle. Here is Winnie with his default helmet. Shameful behaviour. But let's see what I can do on track then. Winnie, I think, his best result in his bronze career last time out with 12th position, wasn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. He was certainly in the thick of things, wasn't he, Winnie was? Very impressive stuff indeed. Unfortunately, he and Dynamo Dan, was it, that came to blows in Australia? I'm not sure if they're on speaking to him. It's probably getting a bit rife, wasn't it, in terms of the exchange of words in the old paddock at the end of that one there. Here is Winnie. I can get some points, I think, Winnie is for himself in the Mercedes team, and coming up to the line as well. 218 miles an hour then for Winnie, and he goes full fast. That's a very good time there from Winnie. And my goodness gracious me, Winnie, that is very impressive indeed there for the Mercedes driver. Winnie is starting to really find some confidence in that Mercedes there, isn't he? But he's jumped right up into 4th position there. Really good stuff. On board with Vintage, of course, Vintage, the most experienced driver in bronze history now, is Vintage. Coming down into turn 50, that pesky turn 15. Before dropping down the hill, then always Vintage has kissed the outside arm curve there, but he's got away with it, I believe. Styles, Scooby Stew, Marsky, Sarah Merchant, all in the pits at the moment, have not set times yet. There is still time left for Vintage with the more hot pink helmet. Love it. Out of that final turn there. Let's see what Vintage can do then. Also touching the rev limiter. I'm looking. Oh my gosh, what was that? That's a Red Bull, is it? Someone is just parked in the middle of the road. Oh my god, Vestier is out of qualifying. Oh gosh, and that was quite a shock. If it didn't put off Vintage, it certainly put off me. I completely got a bit spooked by that one. Very odd indeed that as Serious Mushroom retired from the session, we have got commenters going on at the moment in the old comment stuff. Good stuff indeed. By the way, I'll read them all out in a minute if I can. But as soon as I take my eyes off the ball, it's usually something untoward that usually happens there. Itemizer is invalidated this time. Dr. Troops is also invalidated as well. Down in 9th position now. Moomin says he's got more in the tank here. So let's see what the Williams driver can do. We have who else on track? No one else is out on the track at the moment now. And Vestier is a proper bottle job. That is his words, not mine. So I thought Vestier may have, did he crash going into the pit lane? I'm not sure, but Vestier's car was parked in the middle of the road whilst Vintage was finishing off his time run, but I'm not sure if that was it probably was a bug with the old F1. Goodness me, moving through the car into the castle section. I love it. But Vestier there, out of qualifying, he hasn't had a pole position yet, Vestier hasn't this season, but of course, but more importantly, he is getting the job done in the races. We've got Slayer, yes, yes, Winnie, great time indeed there. Slayer's loving that, and his teammate right up in 4th position there. Winnie is fantastic. Crashed in the pits, Vestier did. Oh, goodness me, Vestier's going to be kicking himself with that one. And unfortunately, Vestier joins the Hall of Fame, or the Hall of Shame of crashing in the pit lane. The likes of Farf, the likes of Welshman and Aldo, the likes of David Coulthard there. So there, you're in esteemed company, my good sir. Set my time on used tyres as well. Just watching as Moomin goes into, well, he's still in 10th position, I believe. I didn't see if he improved his time or not. That teaches me for looking down. We got Slayer on circuit at the moment. We've also got Nude Potato, 2/10 of a second up. That's in the ballpark. Kiki. Nude Potato's going for his first pole position in a row. So let's see what Nude Potato's do. I can't remember his tally. I'll have to find out his tally in just a jiffy then when I decide to sit back down. And now we've just got Nude Potato and DRS, and he will have a beat then. That was a very slow reaction from DRS of Nude Potato. I reckon that might cost him a bit of time when it's his. Not cost him time in terms of pole position now. He is on pole by exactly a 10th of a second there. Good stuff indeed there for Nude Potato. But that split second there where he didn't get on the DRS right in the right when he needed to, I'm wondering if that there's something. There's at least 100 or 2 in that car yet, isn't there? Have I got time for one more lap? Does anyone reckon? Serious Russia? No, we got 3 minutes to go. Ooh, that is going to be tight. That's going to be tight movement. Yeah, oh dear, yeah, because you're still on circuit as well. I think that is probably, yeah, I think you're probably going to, you're going to come up a bit short there, unfortunately. Vestier, I'm well disappointed then. Ayrton, wow, you didn't mention me, Sean. How could I forget Ayrton? Or be it, did Ayrton crash at the exit of the pit lane? I know he got disqualified, didn't he, the exit of the pit lane? He parked there, didn't he? You can't park there, sir, can you? Of course, luckily, good news actually, any Ayrton fans out there. He's got the game as well. It's I think him and the Hilton brothers, who I think made their Emerson made his debut here, didn't he, in Baku? Where did Ayrton make his debut? Goodness gracious, I'll find out in a minute. But yeah, that's good to hear, isn't it? Brooksy, who is 6th at the moment. Brooksy back in the car as well. Smithy Almighty has gone at 9th fast in the McLaren. Last 2 Grand Prix out of points, so really good stuff indeed. Duncan Dave is out on circuit as well as we come into the final stages of the Grand Prix. And Ayrton Sean, there you go. It's Serious Russia likes to, certainly doesn't want to miss a thing, especially when it comes to putting people in the Hall of Shame. Usually, I should be on top of that, shouldn't I? But I'm a bit beyond the 8 ball slide, I like it. Right, so we've got Swanshanks then, who's just going to complete their lap. Talking of which, there, Percy has mentioned a very good idea at the end of Sunday's race there. I haven't mentioned it to the output yet, basically because I've got this horrific thing during the day called work, so oh dear, I'm not sure if Vintage has come until, I don't know. I'm sure he's crashed. I think he's crashed, Vintage has. Maybe. I'm sure he has crashed, to be honest there, Vintage. Unfortunately, he cannot continue. There's no spare cars in qualifying anymore, and even if he did, he's got about a minute to get in that car, which I must say, Vintage is quick, but I don't think he's as quick as Roadrunner. Nude Potato is happy with that performance, and Kiki out on circuit at the moment. Who has got anything to stop New Potato from getting his third pole position in a row here. Wow, magnificent stuff indeed. In the background there is one of the Mercedes head of Winnie also starting his lap as well. I reckon that Winnie is going to be in the ballpark, you know. I think he has done a magnificent job so far. We're watching one of the Aston Martins there, sick as much there. To half a minute to go then to start his lap then. And look at that then, bounce off the rev limiter. In the background is Duncan Dave, who has just started his lap as well. And I think that we've still got one more Mercedes coming through as well, and that is Slayer. I think Slayer is already on a lap. He is on, no, I know he is on lap. I think he abandoned that and gone again. Brooksy, who's also on a quick lap as well. Now I think the checker flag has for Dr. Troops down in 11th position there. That is not ideal for Dr. Troops, is it? Also, we've got Moomin Ninja, who's finished as well. Smithy 10th, Moomin 12th. We got a Ferrari coming through. Here's Itemizer, but he's 2 seconds down according to that split time, and he abandons his time and comes into the pit lane now. Oh my word! I'm feeling a bit. I've got to feel I'm feeling a bit sluggish. Goodness gracious me, I'm going to have to get myself all wetted up and ready to go. Now I'm going to have to splash myself in the face with some water. And Swanshanks is unfortunately coming into the pit lane. So 13th position so far. I'm looking for an AlphaTauri now. And is that Kiki? Is that Kiki? It is Kiki, but it's not enough. And it is second. It's on the front row for Kiki, but I wonder if he'll be a bit disappointed in that. I think that oh gosh, that was almost a crash into the barrier. Here comes Diamond. He's found a 10th per second. He's found 5th position as well on circuit. Magnificent stuff indeed. Here's Winnie, 2nd position. My goodness me, that man is flying here tonight. Oh my goodness me. Oh, fantastic. Where's the other Aston Martin? As sick as much there. Across the line, 16th fast at the moment there for sick as much. Duncan Dave has peeled off into the garage. Brooksy is coming out of the final turn as well. What about Slayer? Slayer's abandoned his time as well. So there's a lot of times being abandoned here out of the final turn then for Brooksy. Well, it's not the final turn. The final run goes 5th fast there for Brooksy. Great comeback. But the star of qualifying is this man. New Potato has taken the plaudits. Winnie has taken the star of qualifying. Absolutely stupendous there from Winnie. I absolutely love that. That's fantastic stuff indeed. To be honest, sometimes I do sound a bit biased, don't I? But I do like it when drivers really excel when they've struggled through the first part of the season. So I'm absolutely delighted. I've no shame about it from my point of view. I'm absolutely delighted for Winnie. Really good stuff indeed today. Magnificent there for the Mercedes driver. So that is very good indeed. However, it is New Potato taking his 3rd pole position of the season here tonight in bronze. An absolutely stupendous time of just 65 hundredths of a second away. And then Kiki was so close yet so far, unfortunately. And I did promise you the stat, and it is New Potato's 9th pole position of his career in bronze as well. The first ever bronze champion. I got 22 seconds there. Nude on pole position with Winnie alongside on row 1. Kiki and Vestia 3rd and 4th. Vestia unfortunately hit the wall. Brooks in Dynamo Dan 5th and 6th. Slayer and Itemizer 7th and 8th. Alibi and Smithy 9 and 10. Troops and Moomin 11th and 12th. Good stuff for Moomin. Swan Shanks and Duncan Dave. Vintage Sickles Muck, Serious Mushroom Style, Scooby Stew and Mark and who? Goodness me. And Marsky on the back row of the grid then. My race pace is always better, says Moomin. Moomin, goodness me. There used to be a TV program called The Moomins, didn't there? Or something like that. And for some reason I got that in my head. Says Rush, remember no warm-up lap. Yes, indeed. Or no formation lap. Smashed my wing on my hot lap. Dynamo Dan did, but still an improvement. Yes, Winnie, let's go, Merc. Formula 6, 6th position would do that for Slayer. Peace, as we've also got to, P7 now. Kiki, I lost out 3/10 of a second in the first sector. Oh my goodness gracious me, has to be your catchphrase, haha. To be honest, it's a rubbish catchphrase. I need to find a better one, to be honest, don't I? Like golly gosh or something a bit PG, to be honest, actually, because there's a catchphrase that I usually say when I'm racing, which I cannot say, as this is a PG show. Waiting for the drivers, they're already on the grid anyway, so we're going to get ready for the start here in Baku. We have done the qualifying. This is the sprint. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, there's a pause! We are racing, and a good start there from New Potato, who's jumped out there. Winnie takes the lead of the Azerbaijan sprint here. Magnificent stuff. What is this man on? And oh, there's a Williams in the back there. That's Duncan Dave, who has spun the car. And Winnie is going to be tested for performance-enhancing drugs. He is taken on like a scalded cat, and he leads the sprint race so far. Yellow flag in the background there. Oh, gosh, there's wings all over the show here. Oh my goodness me, that's a McLaren. Debris off there as well. Swanshank's gone to the back of Moomin there as well. And Smithy on Mitres off the whole of the wing section there. We did see a bit. Look at all the debris on that back straight there. Serious mushroom down into last position at the moment. As we just take a look there, the tyre strategies, everyone on the medium tyres, apart from one car. I can't tell you who that car is because I need to go back and have a look because I didn't actually register that. It was Dr. Troops down in 8th position now. Up into the biggest winner of that, Sickers Muck. 3 positions there. Dr. Troops up in 3 positions as well. Unfortunately, is Duncan Dave down 3. Brooksy down 9 positions there. Brooksy seems to struggle off the start there, doesn't he, unfortunately. Oh my gosh there. As we have got Winnie who leads this race then. So Winnie, a Winnie who's had a multiple Grand Prix in Colpo and in Bronze then. I don't think he has ever won. I don't think he's ever led a race there at this early stages of the Grand Prix. He has New Potato right behind him. New Potato will go. Oh gosh, and who's that? Vester getting a bit of a wobble on there, and Dynamo Dan there is going to be licking his chops there, isn't he? Because he wants that position there, don't he? However, Dynamo Dan is going to be looking over his shoulder, I think. Then as we come to complete lap 1 there, Winnie leads there. Fantastic stuff. And second position then is New Potato. Third is Vester with Dynamo Dan in 4th position. 5th is Kiki. I was just mentioning it. I don't think Winnie has ever, oh goodness me, has ever led a race so early on, has he, in his career. Dynamo Dan has got past Vester. I thought so, went deep into turn 1, and I reckon that might have been Vester, but Vester trying to hang it out there. Kiki all over him then. There's no DRS yet until the end of this lap. Winnie has lost the lead then as New Potato takes the lead. Winnie trying to battle back then, but he's dropped down into 2nd position there for Winnie. But my goodness me, he is loving life out there, isn't he? He's coming back out the race leader. Slayer and Itemites are also going side by side as well as we enter the old town of Baku here. Winnie and down in 2nd position. New Potato takes the lead then, of course. See, first ALR bronze champion. Vestia down into 4th now. We have Kiki having a sniff, but nothing more. Slayer in 6th. Dr. Troops into a fine 7th position. He's on soft tyres, I remind you. So we'll keep an eye on that one. As we've just got this battle here between the Mercedes, Dr. Troops, Itemites and Alibi. I love that shot, by the way, coming out of the castle section. Magnificent stuff indeed there. I think we should use it for the end of season montage. We have Moomin in a great 10th position, but he doesn't get any points yet. He gets points though for 8th position and higher, so he's got 2 more positions to find there. Moomin has a good, but a great debut so far for the Williams driver. I love it. Brooksy has found his feet there. He has found 3 positions, I think, since we last looked at him. Up into 11th position now. Look what's going on in the background there. Sick as mud. Swanshanks there, who is it's Sick as mud. I apologise. He has got same problem as Australia. Sick as mud. He has got no backing grip, has he? As Slayer on where? Oh my goodness gracious me! As they flick past me now, it's like one of those McLarens there. Very close there. It's Hungry Stars there. Donovan Dunn has set the fast up the race, and there's a bit of drafting, dragging each other along there. So Sick as mud into the pits. So Sick as mud just hasn't got the grip again there on the outside. Look at that! Thank goodness me! And then the Haas up. The Marski goes into the side of Scooby Stew. Winnie takes the lead once again then, as he is getting very feisty. Winnie retakes the lead here in Baku. Magnificent drive for Winnie. Scooby Stew is now on the inside of Duncan Dave and back up into a 16th position. Oh my goodness me, there's yellow flag, says yellow flag. Oh my gosh, it's carnage there, and there's cars all over the show. Mercedes is in the wall, it's Slayer in the wall. Dr. Troops down 9th position, there's a safety car here. Oh gosh, they're absolutely incredible. Vessier's down the order as well. Good heavens, what has occurred here? Oh dear. Absolutely. Oh, we've got a very slow car, so it's our problem for Brooksy. in that Alfa Romeo. He's gone up a couple of positions here, hasn't he? I'm not sure who was involved there. We had a lot of yellow flags out. They got a Mercedes with no wing at all, then a Slayer, then his promising start to a seat. Unfortunately, didn't do very well in Australia, and it's not looking very good in the sprint here tonight at the moment. Now, safety car's going to help Smithy, I'm sure of it, and Sickersmuck as well. Serious Mercer, no progress down in it. Well, I'd say no progress. He's still in 18th position. He's still in the race. But I wonder if he would like to have moved up a couple more positions there. Safety car is out at the moment, so this will give Winnie a bit of a respite here, which means the DRS will once again be deactivated. It'll be activated within the first 3 laps then after the safety car comes in then. So that is going to help Winnie maybe keep the lead potentially, maybe. As you got Luke Sader, Jake better do well, or I'm going to cyberbully him for taking my seat tonight. So I think Luke was actually in line there to do some reserving tonight. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Luke tonight, but hopefully we'll see him tomorrow in Formula 2. There's the top 3 then. There's the top 3 at the moment then. Is into the pits comes Brooksy. So Brooksy, so this is not a scheduled stop then. There was a lot of debris, wasn't there, at the exit of turn 4, going into turn 5, wasn't there? And now they're into the pits and changed the nose cone for car 91. Scooby Shoo's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Dr. Troops, who won the race, first race so comfortably, won the race so comfortably at the beginning now, in the opening race there. Unfortunately, having a bit of a problem now, all on soft tyres then. They will have a pace advantage. Scooby Stew also going on soft tyres as well. Smithy Almighty into the pit. Sickersmuck has stayed out here. Can Sickersmuck there? Whatever issues out for Sickersmuck, can he control the back end of that rear of to Aston Martin there and really get himself up a couple of distance? So these soft runners there from 13th down to 20th. This is going to be interesting now to see how this one plays out. I got caught up, Luke, laugh out loud then, as Luke is saying woohoo. Oh my word, that's not woohoo. Kiki is was in a very good point scoring position, down into 11th. What has happened to Kiki? Oh dear, that is not good at all. We was watching the back end of the field, and unfortunately Kiki has unfortunately lost a humongous amount of time and positions here. Down into, well, look at that then, the car, it looks like he's driving on ice there, doesn't he? He's still got all his pieces almost in the right direction now, which is a good start, which is a very good start, especially with driving these aerodynamic Formula 1 machines. Safety car's out at the moment there. I think it'll be out for one more lap then, so we should be going at the end of lap 5. So we'll have lap 6, 7, 8 and 9 then, of course. That is a achievement for me because I can't normally count, so I'll be happy with that. Kiki dropping down the order there. We do not know what happened at the moment there. For my usual tidbits that nobody asked about on this restart brake attempt is a key concern, not the tyres. Otherwise you'll find out how Lewis felt in 2021 now. Of course, and who can remember Mark Webber's incredible scream in the pit lane as well. So yes, Tango's technical knowledge. We'll have to find a bit of a soundbite for that, wasn't he? Tango's technical corner or something like that. I don't know. I mean, no, actually, that's Ted's technical corner, so we cannot bar. But anyway, Tango there giving us his technical advice there. So yes, it is the brakes attempts that are concerned now, and you can definitely see that, can't you? Because from turn 16 you would not be touching the brakes all the way down into turn 1. It's a very long draft, isn't it, going down into turn 1 there. Going down into turn 1 there, so it is the brake temperatures then, so we'll see how that one transpires. Safety car is out at the moment. We have got Winnie, who is, I've lost my sound thing again. I don't want to step on it, because every time I step on it, I kind of mute myself. So Winnie is leading this race moment. I mentioned earlier on this race that Winnie, I don't think has ever led a lap in the early stages of Grand Prix before. This is very unusual, isn't it, for Winnie to be in the lead there? But he is driving superbly well. Right from the get-go in qualifying, Winnie has been out there flying, got 4th, and then got 2nd. He has been in magical form. He has taken the lead. He lost the lead. He has regained it back, hasn't he? Winnie has. He's been in absolutely fine form. Winnie is in Wonderland at the moment, isn't he? I absolutely love it. It's great to see that. It's also great to see Moomin up in 6th place while making his debut tonight. Absolutely good stuff indeed. Stiles has not scored a point yet this season, but it's good to see him up there as well. Marsky didn't qualify, he's 9th, and Duncan Dave getting some points last time out. And also Brooksy making his first time appearance here tonight in ALR Bronze for season 6. Right then, safety car should be in this lap, and we'll be getting going once again then. And as if by magic, we are going to get going again. This is on board Winnie. How is Winnie going to apply this start here? New territories, I keep saying about Winnie, but I must say he doesn't look out of place whatsoever, does he, Winnie? He's been magnificent in this session tonight here in Bronze, and. Yes, I'm not going to make any bones about it there. I really want Winnie to do well tonight. It's great to see. I do, as I mentioned already, I love seeing drivers, who've had a difficult time really excel then, like Stars did at the halfway through of last season. Winnie's gone. We're back racing now then, and here we go. Lap 6 out of 9 here in Baku. Winnie leads. New Potato is second there. A perfect start there from Winnie then. New movement there. Oh, it's who's out there? It's out to Azerbaijan. Having a look at Itemizer. He's having the inside here. That is going to be contact there. And what a movement. Oh, he loves it there. And he's got into the rear of the Ferrari now, and he's past Azerbaijan. And now he's got the inside. No DRS set that the Ferrari of New Potato having a sniff, but no more. With Winnie still leading this sprint race at the moment magnificently well. And look at the top three once again, gapping the rest of the field. Moving all over the back of Itemizer, as we've also got Dr. Troop's highest runner on the soft tyres now, making his way through the field. Passes Kiki. Vestier getting past the Slayer, sick as much. And who is that then? That's Kiki. Off the circuit there. I think that him and Brooksy, I think, came to blows, unfortunately. And now Alpine also have an issue as well. Gone the wrong way. Dr. Troop's up into 10th position now. Can he win this race on those soft tyres? Is this a shrewd manoeuvre here? And we have got us Vessier off the circuit, and as we mentioned already, Smithfield wants the other race, and they have to take a face of action. It's a virtual safety car here, and Sigismund has got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Smithy. Oh dear. Action in the castle section. Smithfield Mighty is going to be in last position for the Grand Prix coming up in just a jiffy. It's a safety car again here, and once the safety cars breed safety cars here, doesn't it? There always seems to be quick safety cars in succession at this moment in time then. Is anyone going to come to the pits? This is an opportunity for Kiki to come to pits, run a set of soft tires. Serious mushroom there. I'm wondering if he is the other driver kind of out sinking in terms of tyre choice, isn't he, on those medium tyres? I'm wondering if he may come to the pits as well. Let's take a look. No one else is. Itemizer is in the pit. He's damaged the Ferrari. This is a big blow for Itemizer. He's only got 3 laps and sort this out. The safety car should be in at the end of this lap then. Serious Mushroom not happy because some people have been passing under the safety car, which is absolutely against the rules. Of course, the safety car is meant to neutralise the Grand Prix. It is not an opportunity to overtake then. Of course, the safety car is for safety, and unfortunately that is not good at all then. Of course, you would have thought that the Formula 1 stewards would put a stop to that, but obviously not at the moment now, and potentially the stewards may have to take action after this one. Kiki into the pits at the moment now. Let's see how this one transpires as he comes out of the pits now. Kiki does. He's on new soft tyres, and along with Itemizer stayed on meters, gone on new mediums again now with Sigismund. Also, Sigismund going on to new soft tyres at this moment then. Right. Lap 7 of 9 in this incredible and enthralling sprint race. Of course, we got 6 sprint races this season. Our next one is in Austria, about 18 races time, about 6-7 races time. We're back to the traditional format next week, of course, in Miami, which is where Alex is at the moment. There is. I wondered why he did. I wondered where he was for this week. He's been chilling in his yacht, hasn't he, in that incredible harbour in Miami. I heard a whisper there's actually real water in there this year, but I'm not sure if they were taking the mickey because, of course, there was so much rain there in Miami. I was wondering why it was so far right then. That was a bit of a worry for Winnie and New Potato. There was real water, wasn't there, in that harbour, but I'm not sure if that was because of the amount of rain there or not. Then I'm not too sure about that. Movement is shaking, and calm down, Movement. You've got 2 laps to go, and it's easier for me to say that, though, isn't it? Sit up here on my own high horse. So just now getting going once again. Winnie is now also controlling the pace. Only one retirement so far, which is the lowest retirees in all of the sprint races thus far. Take a deep breath, because we've got now 2 laps of action. 2 laps of action before we get into the Grand Prix itself. I can hardly contain myself, and it's been an incredible sprint so far. And we'll go. Here we go. And Alibi's already passed Movement, and I'm not sure if that's allowed. He's going to have to let him by. You cannot overtake until the start-finish line, and of course that has been yielded. Moving up the inside. That's contact there. Oh, and that's major contact there. It's a ricochet, and I think that, and goodness me, is there going to be damage there on those cars? And Alibi going deep into turn number 2, I think it is. I can hardly count to 2. We've got Vintage up into 6. Marsky 7. Styles 8. Duncan Dave not. Dr. Troops is now 9th. And here he comes then. And we're down into the big stop of turn number 3. Dr. Troops is sneaking up the inside. He's going to get him. He guides him. Oh, that's contact to the inside wall there. And Dr. Troops almost. Oh, he's reversed into the barrier. And who's that? Itemizer off as well. Swanshanks is recovering. Both Aston Martins are in major peril here. And who's that? Serious Mushroom behind Slayer as well. Vester trying to get a recovery here at the moment. Action and drama here. And absolute chaos. And Brooks is now the highest runner on the soft tyre. Then here we go. Then he is now in 8th position. And on course to get a Debris. There's Debris there. Oh goodness me, who's Debris? That's an Alibi. That's Alibi. Alibi's lost the whole of the wing section now. And he is he's got no front wing now. And he's going to he's easing off there. He's going to play him by the fastest part of the circuit. I get so nervous now. And look, there's an Alfa Romeo Series Russian entrance trying to get out of the way of Alibi. Vesser back up in the 12th position there. He is the 3rd highest runner on the soft tyres then, with Slayer in 10th position at the moment. Can Slayer get some points? A great comeback drive, that's the case then. Duncan Dave up to 9th position there. Vesser has actually got past Mushroom. And moves have him to 11th position at the moment there. New Potato there with just one more lap to go is going side by side with Winnie there. This is the battle for the lead there with just one lap to go in the sprint event. They're going down into turn 1 here. And New Potato takes the lead of the sprint then. What can Winnie do? Can he get back at him then into the second long straight? No DRS then because of the safety car. Duncan Dave and Styles are just swapping positions. They're doing a bit of the tango here, and here comes Styles head back into 8th position and Slayer into 9th there. And Duncan Dave in 10th position as well. Then back at the front then Winnie is just too far back at the moment. And Vesser up into 10th position there. Here comes a New Potato then, who is leading this race. And Winnie is very much so close to the back. The New Potato has never won a sprint race in his career so far. He has participated in only one sprint race, I believe, when he came 3rd in that one there. So can New Potato then get second time asking get a win here in the sprint race? Then really good, really fine stuff indeed there for New Potato. It's just on board going through the castle section as well. Styles off the circuit, and there's more chaos than in the back here. Remember, this is crucial because this is where you're going to start the Grand Prix as well. Styles trying to get the car going, and Scooby Stew out of the race then, and Scooby Stew out of the race in the castle section as well. Oh gosh, the car is completely falling apart there. Scooby Stew out of the Grand Prix. That McLaren and Styles still struggling to get going then, but here comes New Potato. The New Potato first sprint race in his career was 3rd, but now here he comes then, as he comes out of the final couple of turns then, and it's been an incredible sprint race there. New Potato's been chased all the way by the absolutely outstanding Winnie, and it is New Potato who wins the sprint here in Baku, with Winnie close behind him in 2nd position. What a race there for Winnie, and that's his first points on the board. Tango photo finishing coming, it certainly was. Brooksy, I think it's just got himself into 5th there. A 007 license to thrill between Brooksy and Vintage. Brooks again his first points of the season as well. Moomin on his debut, getting 4th as well there. Oh my goodness gracious me then. And Vestia, the championship leader, still leading the championship, but only getting 1 point in this sprint now. In 8th position there, that's a good recovery drive. Dr. Troops in 11th position there. And Swanshanks and Scooby Stew unfortunately retired. Swanshanks and Scooby Almighty retired from this race then. Incredible stuff indeed then, as we are just watching New Potato then, who has won his first sprint race of his career in his 2nd time of asking. Really good stuff indeed. Then with Winnie getting second, his best result in a sprint race, and I think his best result ever in ALR was second position there. Really good stuff indeed. Let's take a final look at the classification, and this is also the classification now for the Grand Prix itself. New Potato was start first, then for the Grand Prix. Winnie alongside him on row one. Great result there. Dynamo down and Moomin, third and fourth. Fifth position is Brooks here with Vintage 6. Marsky 7. Vestier 8th there. 9th is Duncan Dave. Serious Mushman 10th. Dr. Troops 11th with Slayer and 12th. Itemizer and Sickest Mark 13th and 14th. Kiki and Alibi 15th and 16th. Styles and Swanshank 17th and 18th. Scuba Stew and Smithy Almighty completes the top 20 there. Here in this one then now then let's see how we get going. And there's Zavessia saying got been taken out twice, and Serious Motion driving standards was very poor in that sprint race there. Dynamo Dan saying, is my rear end still there? Goodness me, it was an absolute bump, wasn't it, from I think it was from Moomin there, wasn't it, as they got very tight into turn one, didn't it? Dan says, sorry, that Red Bull put me off then. Someone pushed me off as well, so Star's not happy about that then. Unfortunately, we seen Stars trying to recover, didn't we, in that later stages of the sprint then. Now we're on to the Grand Prix itself. No formation lap. Major error on my part. I've forgotten to fill up my bottle of squash, which is not very good, is it? I've got a big bottle of Coke here, but I'll be very gassy if I start drinking that. And to be honest, Coke should not be a part of an athlete's repertoire. No, I'm not an athlete. I look like an athlete. I smell like an athlete as well. I think I'm so sweaty. Lights are on then for Baku. Here we go for the Grand Prix. 26 laps around Azerbaijan. It's lights out and it's go here in the City of Fire. New Potato gets a start. Gets a decent start this time, and Winnie will stay alongside of it to turn one there. Brooksy up in the fourth position there. And if they all got away safely, it looks all good then. Oh no, it's not! That Red Bull! It's a Vintage out of the race, and one of the Red Bulls is absolutely clattered the AlphaTauri and the Alibi, who is recovering, and that's a full caution at the moment there. No safety car at this moment now. I think it was Alibi and not Vessier. Vessier will be breathing a huge sigh of relief then after he had a difficult sprint race. Unfortunately for Alibi, who was having a decent sprint race as well to the very final lap or two, down in 15th position there. Virtual safety cars out, and they have to adhere to the Delta at the moment now, as Marsky down at 6 positions, unfortunately, in this opening stage then. Tyre strategy then is New Potato starting on soft tyres. That is why he got a decent launch there. Then we have got hard tyres for Winnie. Oh, moving almost into the barrier there. And then we got soft tyres for Brooksy, for Serious Mushroom and for Smithy. Hard tyres for Itemizer, Slayer and Sicker Smoke and Styles. And Winnie already, said Winnie already, everyone else on the medium tyres. Vintage out of the Grand Prix. Going to be very disappointed that Vintages there, as out before this race has really got going there. It was a massive clatter, wasn't it, there? That took Winnie out, unfortunately, and I'm sure it was Alibi that was involved in that as well, unfortunately. Less miles this evening. Oh, we're back racing. Right then, here we go then. So, New Potato leads, Winnie in second position, Dynamo down in third, Brooksy in fourth, Moomin in fifth position. Here comes Duncan Dave, followed by Vester, followed by Dr. Troops as well. And I thought it was into the tech row there. And then we have got the rest of the field there, just flying around here then. And Vester is now past the Williams driver, moved himself up into, well, Duncan Dave, I think, is coming to the pits there. And Dr. Troops is up into sixth position there. He's flying through the field, Dr. Troops. It's a VSC again. What has happened? What has happened now? And I'm not sure what is a VSC. Just taking a look there. Well, this is going to help Duncan Dave, isn't it? Who's into the pits now. To be honest, I missed so much. So much goes on, doesn't it? I completely missed so much in this race. Goodness gracious me! I would blame the fact I've got a lot of sweat dripping down my eyes already. Then I don't need to go to the gym. Goodness me! Just give us some sprint races in ALR. Goodness me! I hope this is not a permanent thing in the future, because I am going to be. I'm really going to have my work cut out. Maybe I need a box of Quad Street at the end of the season rather than a Milky Bar. Right, when are we going to get going again then? New Potato then, who's currently leading the way. Remember, he's on soft tyres there, and that is going to be crucial, but those tyres are going to degrade quite quickly. Same with Brooksy as well, and Cirrus Mushroom, Styles, and Duncan Dave, who has just gone on to the soft tyres. Hard tyres are known for Winnie, for Itemizer, for Slayer, for Hungry Styles, and let's see how that transpires. Oh no! Winnie's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. That is heartbreak for Winnie because he drove a superb race in the sprint and a great start in the Grand Prix as well. But now Winnie there, he's got to serve that drive-through within 3 laps there, and that is devastation there, isn't it? There for Winnie, absolutely. That is wretched luck there for the Mercedes driver. Has been superb in this event so far. Motorsport is so cruel, isn't it? Absolutely cruel indeed. That done a superb 9 laps, done a superb qualifying, and he's driving superbly well in this race as well because he's again catching New Potato DR. Winnie's out of the race there, and my goodness me, and he's crashed on the start-finish straight, and there's cars going all over the show. Winnie, who's parting, and look, every time to take a phase of action, some people have gone into the wall, and it's gone from dreamland to nightmare for Winnie, out of the Grand Prix, and some drivers, I'm sure, is going to be damaged there from hitting the wall. Then Winnie is going to be furious, isn't he, there? And I don't blame him whatsoever. Oh, goodness me. Oh gosh, there and who hit the wall? Some people took a base of action there, didn't they? And so some drivers, I'm wondering if they're going to get damaged there because that car was right in the middle of the road there. I'm wondering about the same issue that Vessier had in qualifying, you know. Talking of Vessier, he's in 6th position on there. What about the championship permutations, I hear you ask? Currently, New Potato takes it in the World Championship. It'll be 3 for 3 if it stays as it is at the moment there, with the championship leader losing the championship lead here in Baku. It has been a major banana skin, hasn't it? This race over the past 2 days there, and once again it's been a major problem there for the championship leaders, but there's a long way to go in this race. We still got 23 laps in this one. Anything could happen, and it usually does in ALR. That's the great Murray Wolf used to say, but he didn't say ALR, he said Formula 1, didn't he? We got Diamond Dan now in 2nd position. This is good stuff for Diamond Dan. There he is in 2nd there. 3rd is Brooksy with Moomin Ninja in 4th. Dr. Troops in 5th position there. Remember, Dr. Troops has only raced this only 2nd Grand Prix this season, and he won that race, didn't he? In Baku then. He had a bit of a difficult race in the sprint. The yellow flag as Duncan Dave has had an issue out of the castle section there. Has he got going? Let's take a look then. He has got going, and I don't think he's got damage as Brooksy has lost 2 positions there. And look at Dr. Troops flying past it now, past Moomin, and Moomin south over the 4th position there, but Moomin is where he started in that one, with Brooksy in 5th. Vessier he would like to get past as well, albeit Vessier does have about, I think he has about 25 point gap, doesn't he? Yellow flag in turn 1 there. Something's got majorly wrong for Styles. There's an Aston Martin of Swanshanks in the background as well. Scooby Stew at Styles and Swanshanks looks like they've had some issues at the end of the pit straight. And Styles now back up in the 15th position there. Scooby Stew down into 16th, unfortunately. My goodness me, now here's Vessier on board with the championship leader at this moment. Then he is 6 out behind Brooksy. Brooksy is going for a short first stint, and I'm wondering if he was expecting a safety car. To be fair, we should have had a safety car with the Winnie incident, really, shouldn't we? Out of the Grand Prix. But is Brooksy just getting on the power? He's going to have to give way here. Oh, and unfortunately, he's had to bail there with Vessier. Vessier there going up the inside there. He is reversing now. And that is unfortunate for Brooksy. It was either that or the wall, really, wasn't it? It's the 2 cars cannot go through there. And, oh dear, Brooksy is going to be a very unhappy champion there. Vessier, very opportunistic there, because Brooksy was getting squirrely, wasn't he? Out of turn 6, unfortunately, or turn 7, maybe. I'll get the corners right eventually, probably in several years' time. But unfortunately for Brooksy, right down in 15th position there. And that is all but potentially really straight there. Well, safety. And we've seen action and drama already in this one, and we've seen so much action over the Brooksy's off the circuit there, and I wonder if Brooksy's having issues there with his tyres there. Kiki has got past Slayer up into 8th position there. It's the top 10 now that gets points then, rather than the top 8, of course, which we had earlier on the sprint. Cirrus Mushroom to superb 7th position there. Itemizer in the Ferrari 6 there. Ferrari doing a really good job out there tonight. with first and sixth position at this moment. Now coming out then is we got DRS now available. With DRS been able for a couple of laps, but I've only just realised, which is nothing unusual for me. Brooksy into the pits there. What tyres is he going to go on then for Brooksy? Well, we'll keep an eye on the graphic. Watching the series a bit of a low in this race then, which selfishly I'm happy about, to be fair, because it's been an absolute doozy of a race. In all the races this week, hasn't it? I gotta say, I've really earned my paycheck this week, haven't I? Oh my goodness me! What paycheck is that here? I'm probably gonna buy myself a. I don't know what is in the shops at the moment that are really tickling me. I'm not too sure. We'll have to think about that for over the Grand Prix, but unfortunately I can't think about it now because we've got to look and see what is going to happen with this battle between Itemizer, Cirrus Mushroom, got Kiki and Slayer all in DRS range here. Moomin is still keeping up with Dr. Troops, and Moomin drove a superb race in that Williams car. He is took to life absolutely splendidly in bronze, sounds like that. And I think a lot of drivers are going to sit up and took very much notice there with Moomin then. A similar debut Moomin then to Jacques Villeneuve and Lewis Hamilton in past years in Formula One. Fantastic stuff indeed. Here we go. Here we go then. So Itemizer is now just punching a hole in the air for Cirrus Mushroom, for Kiki and for Slayer. And here they go. Mushroom up into sixth position there. Dr. Troopstead has dropped down into fourth position there, or has he? Because here they come. And Dr. Troops is still in a third position there, with Movement in fourth, and Vesser all over the back in fifth position as well. Cirrus Mushroom is 2 seconds back, but he's almost out of DRS range of Itemizer already. That is perfect from Mushroom's point of view. Movement having a sniff, but no more there, because Dr. Troop has the advantage at the moment there. But yes, I think I might have caught Dr. Troop's a bit unaware. It's ever so slightly. It certainly caught me unaware anyway. That is definitely a fact then. What about Stars Head? Very agreed with what happened to him in the sprint. For Stars Head is Alibi struggling. That back end is not very compliant on that Red Bull, is he? Of Alibi struggling to keep the car going in the right direction there. Luke, do you get paid for this? I certainly don't then. Well, I pay myself in kind with chocolate. And Sick as Mutt there, getting a bit of the old rear posterior there. Certainly, is Hungry Star's gone to the back there. No, I certainly don't get paid for this. To be honest, I don't even deserve to get paid for this. Watching Styles come out of the castle section, he's having a sniff, but he gets past Alibi there. Alibi Sydney was coming there and corrected the car, and just Styles flew by there. He was coming through rain or shine, and goodness gracious me. Itemizer now 3/10 of a second back in the moment. We've got Moomin Ninja with Vestia now all over the back of Alibi. All over the back of Dr. Troops, and here he comes then. And once again using the DRS and the slipstream, and Dr. Troops has not got anything to answer for, and here comes Vestia as well. Vestia is also keeping a keen eye on this one. Dr. Troops has the inside, but he cannot defend. Itemizer has got past Cirrus Mushroom as well, and back him into a sixth position. Great racing up and down the field so far, but Cirrus Mushroom is coming back at him. He's going to have a look then. No dice then, as Dr. Troops is oh my goodness me, and that was not PG, was it? Goodness gracious me. And Vestia is taken for a position, passes the Williams driver of Moomin. Is Moomin going to have a look there? No, he stays back ever so slightly with Dr. Troops in full position. Itemizer is 6th out, Cirrus Mushroom in 7th. They're within DRS now range of these three Gaggle cars there. There's a bit of a conga line forming now. Vestia needs to really break away then from this battle, doesn't he, as quickly as possible. He's still only got 2 retirements so far in a very brutal race. Vestia out of the race! The championship leader is gone! Oh my goodness me! And that is an absolute... Oh gosh there, and it's turn 7 there. But we were just watching it. Vestia out of the Grand Prix, and that is... and Scooby Stew has got a driver from Kansas one. Tango said it's a sedate race at the road, but then as soon as he said that, the championship leader out of the race and climbing out of his car, out of the race there for Vestia. That is a major blow. That's a major blow. We was looking at the battle there, but then we came off those cars, didn't we? Because we was looking to see what was going on down the field, and then next thing we knew, we had Bestier in the wall out of the race. Safety car has been deployed into the pits. Noobtail's done a good job there on those soft cars. He is in the pits along with Dynamo Dan then, and I think all the medium runners should surely be in the pits as well. I reckon. No, Moomin is staying out then, and Moomin is staying out then. What about the rest of the cars? And they're all coming into the pits then. New Potato, he is down to the hard tires until the end of the race then, so that should see him to the end of the race. The other hard runner of Itemizer also staying as well. Slayer in fourth, Dynamo Dan in fifth position. Serious Rusher into the pits as the kick Alfa Romeo mechanics going to work then. Serious Rusher there, good pit stop then. Also into the pits is Marski then. The pit. Look at all the garages and they're all of them are almost full then. Mushroom onto the medium tires. 5-second penalty for Scooby Stew. Marski on the hards and hards for Smith Almighty. Sick as much going for an aggressive strategy. Medium tires for the McLaren there. Scooby Stew replacing the nose cone, the Alpine car. Brooks it out, who's not coming to the pits this time around. He pitted a couple of laps ago, didn't he? So just on board with Moomin, who is leading this way at the moment. And he is currently leading the Grand Prix, and remember, this is his first Grand Prix of his career in ALR, doing a great job for bronze. We have got Itemizer in second, New Potato in third position, Slayer in fourth. Fifth is Dynamo Dan, Dr. Troops in sixth position. Seventh is Serious Mushroom, Kiki 8th, Marsky in ninth, Serious Mushroom in 10th position there. Vessier is feeling very aggrieved about the race here tonight. They're not a happy chappy, unfortunately. Goodness gracious me. Dr. Troops spun me, and that's what that made Vessier hit me, unfortunately. Oh goodness gracious me, that and a lot of disappointing drivers, and this is a brutal track, isn't it? And goodness me, and of course I think that the stewards may have to have a look at that one now. We didn't see it on the stream, did we? But yes, so there's some very angry drivers out there. Well, on board with Moomin then, who will probably be grinning from ear to ear at the moment, and as he is leading the way. You got both Ferraris second and third then. Of course, we would state that usually that I would, well, maybe not in Ferrari's case, but normally we would say that with teams going astern on different strategies, Newtail might get way through by Itemizer staying on those hard compound tyres there. And Newtail's on fresh hard tyres there, and he can get after Moomin then here. But at the moment there, he does have an advantage there. But Dynamo Dan and Dr. Troop said is very much keeping the pressure on. Serious Mushroom at the moment is in a net fourth position then when all the pit stops shakes out. Then whenever they will be, I have no idea. Lap 9 out of 26 here tonight. Three retirements there. Vessier out of the Grand Prix, Winnie and Vintage out of the Grand Prix as well. And goodness gracious me, of course, as we mentioned at the top of the program, all three championship leaders have had problems all this week, haven't they? And unfortunately, we have seen all three. Well, we're going to see, as it stands, all three championships in gold, silver, and bronze change hands at the top of the stables. My goodness gracious me! Just watching Moomin now, who is currently leading the way. Then I think the safety car may be out for one more lap before he get going. Then out of by the back of the field, but he's now on fresh hard tyres until the end of the Grand Prix, and so hopefully Adebayo then can stay out of trouble and get some decent points and build on his Australian result then from last week. And I must admit, I'm feeling very upset with myself at the moment for not bringing an extra water bottle here. Then absolutely a rookie mistake, Sean. Sort yourself out. At least my headset hasn't fallen off yet. And I think that someone mentioned about getting some blue tack or some sticky tape, which I certainly need to do. Or maybe I need a smaller head for which I've got to say that if I do have a big head, it's certainly not the brain in it, I can tell you that. Safety car is out still. I think safety car is going to be out for one more lap. Is anyone going to give up track position now to go on a fresher tyre? Maybe Brooksy. Brooksy, of course, has only done 4 laps on those hard tyres at the moment. And oh dear, as I'm just taking a look at some of the comments, and unfortunately, Vesser's footage has not saved then as he raged then due to the issue he had in the race there. So that is that's absolutely disappointing indeed. And Smith Your Mighty has lost the position somehow. I'm not sure how that's happening. Singles Mud, he's got himself into 10th. Or was Smith Your Mighty already in 11th? I'm not too sure. Shocking behaviour indeed there. I was wondering if Scooby might take his 5-second penalty, but oh, he's got a drive-through, not a penalty, not a 5-second. My apologies. I thought he had a 5-second penalty, and I was wondering why he wouldn't take it, because this would have been a golden opportunity, a golden opportunity there. That is majorly unfortunate indeed. That Vesser lap 1, Vintage took himself out because he turned like I wasn't there. As Tango is saying that this track is isolated. You just have to get through it. Yeah, when the traditional tracks come up, you'll be fine. This track is so. It is indeed then, of course, taking a look at the calendar coming up then. The opening stage of this season then is very different. It's a very unusual set of tracks, isn't it? We go from Bahrain, which is a traditional racetrack, I suppose. Then we go to Saudi Arabia, a street circuit. Australia, a street circuit. Azerbaijan, a street circuit. Miami next week is also a street circuit as well. Then we get back to traditional tracks. So from round 6 onwards, then we get back to the more traditional tracks. And of course, as we go to Imola, then before we go to the circuit, the Catalonia in Spain, Canada for round 8. Then we go to Austria and our second sprint event of round 9 before Silverstone, Hungary, and Belgium. Then we got a run of classic Grand Prix circuits there. So yes, indeed. Then we do have an abundance of street circuits to start off this season, don't we? As we mentioned right at the beginning of the season, it's a tough calendar to start off the Formula 1 2023 World Championship presented by ALR. I suppose it is, isn't it? I don't know really. There it's me going into all corporate mode there, wasn't I? So lap 10 as a safety car, that is music to my ears. Safety car is in now, and we'll be back racing once again then. We've got 16 more laps to go. We haven't even got to half distance in this race yet. Drama and intrigue already in this Grand Prix, and that doesn't even involve the sprint race. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed then. So what the Ferrari's going to do, that is my intrigue at the moment. Is Itemizar then going to let New Potato through there? Of course, New Potato, who is second in the Bronze Championship at the moment, and Itemizar's had a difficult start to the season. Of course, only picking up, well, hasn't even picked up a point yet. Itemizar hasn't, unfortunately, which is quite surprising because look at that then, as Itemizar is really challenging, and now then as we go, and New Potato's already passed his teammate, and that's a Williams off right in the background, and Itemizar has gone very wide. He's going to be in the bow, and comes on then and clips the Haas car, and oh dear, and that's a Duncan Dave in the wall before he even got past the start finish line. Oh my gosh, and there's cars all over the show here, and there's a Haas and Dynamo down off. Itemizar recovering down there as well, and New Potato takes the lead in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Slayer's over the third now. Oh my goodness me, Duncan Dave out of the race. I don't know how Alan Budge got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags then. Down in 13th position, now my word, and goodness gracious me, turn 2 then was absolute carnage, wasn't it? Brooksy into 10th position as well, as the safety car has really triggered. We said in the sprint that safety cars trigger safety cars. I'm surprised there wasn't another safety car after all the carnage there, and very tough races with it there, isn't it? Not a lot of room for maneuverability. Dynamo Dan off the circuit. Sick as muck is off as well at the exit of the castle section here on soft tyres there, and he's touched the barrier. Hopefully he hasn't got too much damage. I don't think he should have any damage at all. It was as slight as a touch that Kiki right down at the back of the field then. Enough for calling me sedate. Who'd have called it sedate? Then Tango is saying, goodness me. New Potato leads the way with Moomin in second position, Slayer in front position, two drivers who hadn't pitted along with Vitamizar as well. And it is looking not too bad at the moment. Look at that then. There's a very shrewd Mushroom who's never missed a race in his ALR career, whether that is in silver, bronze, or Formula 2, or 100% then. Styles up into second position, then Smithfield Mighty's going to have to drop back. Slayer is up into second position as well. As I don't know what I'm watching anymore because there is action all over the show. Brooksy is now the meat of the McLaren sandwich in 8th position, and as now flying past it. And look at Dr. Troopset. Of course, Dr. Troopset has missed the last 2 races, but he's back in action here tonight. And what a race to return to. On the outside of Mushroom there, up into 4th position there. And of course, Dr. Troops won the opening race in Bahrain by an incredible margin, and is now back up into 4th bed. Duncan Davies, I'm sure he's going to be furious with whatever happened there. And because, of course, you cannot overtake until after the start-finish line. So unless he drops it all by himself, which I highly doubt it, that is not good news at all, is it, from a Duncan Dave's point of view, and he is going to be a very unhappy chappie as well. So Slayer and Moomin, the 2 drivers that have not pitted now. Then everyone else has pitted somewhere along the lines. And Dynamo Dan right at the back of the field, unfortunately. Itemizer also right at the back of the field as well, along with Scooby Stew, who I think was just serving the drive-through penalty down in 14th position there. Just got Dr. Troopset all over the back of Moomin, going down to turn 15. A very difficult corner because it drops away, doesn't it there? And you can easily go into the barrier there, can you, at a moment's notice. Dr. Troops, and now he has got the attack here. Styles has got past Smarsky and moved up into 6th position there. Brooks had to back out that, and I thought he almost went to the wall, didn't he, there, Brooks did? But he's just managed to keep that car put in the right direction. DRS has been enabled already, goodness me. DRS has been enabled then, and now we have got Dr. Troops up in 3rd position there. Has he got the pace to go out to New Potato? New Potato's almost 5-6 seconds up the road. Moving down into 4th position there. He's going to clip the barrier. He does clip the barrier there. Movement does there, and there's a bit of I think he's got damage on the outside, has he? And we're going to take. Oh no! And Brooksy Brooksy and Moomin have come together. Very virtual safety car. Moomin also got squirrely, didn't he? There, coming out of turn 2. Then Brooksy. I'm wondering if he's got damage as well. Oh my goodness gracious me! Just taking a look then. Oh dear, yeah, just take a look. I wonder if movement got a bit sideways there, and unfortunately, both were going the right way then. Got on Newt then for the win. May as well say it now then. 13 laps to go, way too soon it is. Anything can happen in this race, and virtual safety car now. Safety car can wipe out New Potato's lead. Then it's a VSC at the moment now. With Slayer in 2nd position. 3rd is Dr. Troops with Mushroom 4th. 5th is Styles. Great drive from Styles at the moment in 5th. These are the races that Styles thrives on. 6th is Marsky. Smithfield White is 7th with ALR 8th. What about Brooksy? He was involved in that scuffle with Moomin. Is there damage on the Alfa Romeo? I don't think so. I don't think so, as he is just having a look then on the car. It doesn't look too serious, I don't think. But of course, we do miss some of the, even though the front wing does look okay, then even the minutes of damage that really causes a major understeer, doesn't it? And that is putting it mildly, isn't it? I think a serious Mushroom would like to get out of the stuff. Drive-through penalty, and I think it was also for Alibi as well, wasn't it? No, it was just for, it was unfortunate for Sickers Monk there, going a bit too early there, of course. If you go under the delta, even slightly, even a slight when the same thing with the BSC ends, then you will get a drive-through almost instantly. Here is Serious Mushroom having a look there, going into turn 1. Oh, contact there with Dr. Troops there, but it's just the minutest of contact there. Some movements at the pits there. Styles in at 5th position with Marsky in 6th. We've got a bit of a queue here. Dr. Troops has actually dropped back from Styles from Slayer. Goodness gracious me, they're all over the show here. And they are on board. They're on board once again with Hungry Styles, and his Alibi is lost now to Swanshanks, who hasn't got any points yet this race. This season there, but up into the points at the moment. Good 17 there for Swanshanks. We've got everything crossed for the Aston Martin driver. Brooksy, who got his first points in the sprint race earlier on tonight. Then can he improve on that? He is on the hard tyres, and I believe Well, will he be going to the end from there? That is going to be an almighty task if he can, you know. Goodness gracious me. On board now with Dr. Troops and Swanshanks. Oh no, he is in the wall. And oh dear, that is not good at all. Unfortunately for Swanshanks, Kiki now into the points. And just looking at this, Serious Mushrooms lost the DRS here. I'm wondering if there's issues there for Serious Mushrooms. Or is he just dropping back to preserve those tires a bit? And he's on the mediums, of course. Slayer in the wall there. Unfortunately, as we go down into turn 15. And dear, that is not good at all, isn't there, from Slayer? But I can't see, to be honest there. But Slayer's going to be feeling very, very vulnerable now, isn't he? Oh my goodness gracious me! Then as they fly through turn 17 here, as the now they're all slipstreaming, then as they go over the brow here, DRS Slayer is saying that it's going to be feeling a bit more than vulnerable. Then is Serious Mushroom got on the outside there? Is he going to take all of them? Serious Mushroom's on the outside, and he takes second position. Absolutely incredible stuff there from Mushroom, up into second position. Audacious from the Mushroom, fantastic. And now Dr. Troopset will be feeling a bit surprised by Mushroom coming out in there from out of nowhere. Goodness gracious me. And he is now in second position. Dr. Troopset in third. Slayer in fourth position now. Styles is, he's been hit from behind from Marsky, I think. And he has been spun around there. And Styles there, who is having a great race then. I think he's going to be furious at that then. Oh, into the barrier as well. Styles is there. Oh, that's a shame there for the McLaren driver. That is such a shame indeed. Gosh, I'm dribbling. We got incredible stuff indeed there. I'm dribbling all over the place. Goodness gracious me. Dr. Troop said all over the back of a Serious Mushroom. And Dr. Troop, the gap is 11.6 seconds there. As they're getting very, very wild in the castle section. That's nowhere to get wild, my good lad said. Accelerates out of turn 9 here. And now then, Dr. Troop said does have the pace advantage over Mushroom there. Mushroom now, I'm wondering if, but I think he's still probably loving life for that incredible overtake a minute ago. And goodness gracious me, Mushroom does have a good double overtake. I'm sure got nominated last year for a double overtake. Smithy Almighty has got past Marsky, moved himself up into 5th position. Smithy Almighty has good performance there from the other McLaren driver as well. Serious Mushroom has launched off the bag of turn 15 now. Has very good stuff indeed there. Maybe I think it's turn 16 actually. I'll get there eventually. DRS enabled them. We're over half distance now, and yellow flag into down out of the race. Safety car. And right as Dr. Troops is overtaken, is he going to Brooks in the pit? And there is Berman under trundling down the pit lane now, as I think that the move was done, wasn't it? So, medium tyres or soft tyres? I reckon it's medium tyres, surely. Into the pits now for the Alfa Romeo team, then going to work then onto the yellow marked medium tyres, and the nose cone as well being replaced there from Brooks. He is now in the pits now. Sick as muck in the pits, Stars in the pits, Scuba Stew in the pits, Itemizer has stayed out. Now what is Sick as Muck coming up? Nose cone change for the Aston Martin team as well then. And Stars into the pits, and of course he was doing a good job. He's doing a great job, wasn't he? But unfortunately had issues, didn't he, just a moment ago, and then with him and Marsky come to blows then. Moving back in the pits then from, we was on the hard tires, Scuba Stew, who is just also getting his car put to work then, moving in the pits, and Swanshanks in the pits as well. Out of the pit lane they come then, goodness me, fast pit lane work there for the Williams team there. Very well drilled indeed. Scuba Stew and Swanshanks, who is on very old medium tyre, Swanshanks is there, so he's not going to be happy with his Aston Martin outfit, is he? Because of course he would like to have fresh medium tyres there, wouldn't he? So New Potato currently leading this race then. 50 was what the gap was, higher than that I think it was, but 15.3 seconds the gap is now. His advantage has been completely wiped out here. And, of course, you can never say never, can you, in Formula 1? Anything can happen. So many twists and turns there. Dynamo down out of race. Duncan Dave, Bessier, Winnie, and Vintage, all out of the Grand Prix then. As he now comes in to the pit lane now then, does New Potato, and he has to slow down to 80 kilometers an hour. So I think it is going to, Ferrari mechanics are getting to work now then, and here they come then. Is that the yellow medium tyres? I believe, no, it's the soft tyres there for New Potato then. Well, we've got less than 10 laps to go, haven't we? Dr. Troops has stayed out here. He's going to take the lead as well. This is an interesting call from Dr. Troops. Maybe he doesn't want to be involved in that traffic, because in the traffic, it's certainly becoming a bit oh, drive for penalty for Itemizer, speed under the safety car. It is a bit fraught with all that traffic there. Serious Mushroom in full position there, and he's on soft. Medium tires for Slayer, medium tires for Smithfield Mighty. Marovsky on medium soft tires, I say. I'll get there eventually. Brooks, he's got medium soft tires for Azerbaijan. Itemizer is going to be kicking himself with that drive through, because that's all but ended his chances of maybe getting some points today. Unless we get another safety car, of course, which is could happen, couldn't it, in this one there? Goodness gracious me. On board at the moment then, with Dr. Troops, who leads the way then. As we've got a bit of conversation going on, of course, about the lap 1 instance still. It did look quite perilous what was going on behind there. We just seen a Red Bull being spun around there, and we also seen one of the AlphaTauris Vintage getting retiring on the spot there. So yeah, lap 1 is still very much high on the agenda in the comments as well then. On board now with Dr. Troops, who leads the way then, with a new Potato in 2nd position, Kiki in 3rd, 4th position is Serious Mushroom, 5th with Slayer, Smithfield Mighty in 6th with Marsky 7th, Brooksy in 8th, Alibi 9th, Itemizer in 10th position, Styles outside the points in 11th, 12th position, 12th position is Sick as Mug, Moomin in 13th, Scooby Stew in 14th, and Swan Shanks in 15th. I think the Swan Shanks would like to come to the pits. Maybe he's going to come to the pits next up then and throw on another set of tyres then. Has he got any soft tyres left then? Has he got any soft tyres in his arsenal then? Because obviously these medium tyres is almost as old as the tyres on Dr. Troops and Kiki. I'm very interested to see how that one transpires then. Itemizer coming into the pits then. Of course, he has to drive for Cuddy. He cannot serve it under the safety car. Of course, he has to wait then. But I think he'll be going on to the soft compound tyres then. And now he is in the pits then. So yes, Itemizer now on the soft compound tyres then. And away he goes then. Moving back in the pits as well. I'm wondering if they're all going to go and come in on some fresh set of soft tyres, I'd say then. Swan Shanks into the pits as well then. So I think that Swan Shanks was going to get left behind there, wasn't he? As days like today is an opportunity for drivers who have had a very difficult start to the championship to get some good points on the board there, isn't it there? And Swan Shanks will be very much interested in getting some points there. Itemizer as well. Scooby Stew, Sick as Muck there, Hungry Styles there, all wanting some major points here tonight there. And this is definitely the day today. Today is the day to do it then. Oh, it's easy to say, isn't it? Shameless plug-in then for ALR for the rest of the week. Well, we've only got one more race up tonight. Well, I'd say one more race. We've got one more session up tonight. It's the Formula 2 tomorrow night. Cannot wait then. Of course, Formula 2, and they are on fixed setups as well. I don't think I drive that point home very much at all, do I, in Formula 2, which is shameful behaviour indeed. It is very much driver against driver, isn't it? And almost identical machinery. The only thing that's not identical is the teams, of course, there. And you've got to be very much have all good skills to control those Formula 2 machines. And I'm sure they're still powered by Mechachrome engines, aren't they? I think they are anyway, if I'm not very much mistaken. Then, of course, all on Pirelli tyres as well. Looking forward to Formula 2 then tomorrow night. The sprint and the feature races coming up tomorrow. And then, of course, there on Sunday, we go to Miami there. Of course, I could sing the song, but I'm not going to at the moment because my voice is already in trouble. But yes, we're going to Miami next weekend. This week. Cannot wait for that. It's the second ever ALR race in Miami. That one's going to be not in there. So second ever ALR race in Miami. I remember last year there, of course, we've had some heated conversation in the paddock, haven't we, over the Dr. Troops kissed the wall there. I don't think he was watching what he was doing there. Of course, these are very fast, like home board computers you can see on the steering wheel there, Dr. Troops. as Donovan Dan left the session, unfortunately. Yes, so yes, we go to Miami next week, then cannot wait for that one then. And that, as I mentioned, is the last of the street circuits. Then before we get to the more traditional circuits, the Amalia Romeria Grand Prix. Then looking forward to that one now. Of course, so that was cancelled in the real world of F1. I know I butchered the GP name. Just bring back San Marino, I say. That we did have that race in the real world, but we are definitely we are looking forward to it in ALR then. In ALR then. So it's lap 19 out of 26 here then. I think the safety car should be in this lap. Everyone is now bunched up then as Swan Shanks has joined the back of the Crocodile, and we'll be getting going once again then here in Baku then. Oof, my word there. Just on board once again with Dr. Troops then. Of course, leading the way then, but I feel that Dr. Troops isn't going to have much defence though, is he? With New Potato, of course, New Potato had a 15-second advantage, but he's also now got fresh, soft tyres on, hasn't he? I feel the same for Kiki as well. Kiki and Dr. Troops are going to be feeling very vulnerable with just 6-7 laps to go here. He is trying to warm up those tyres as well, isn't he? Those soft tyres with this elongated safety car. It's a very long safety car appearance this one is. But he's easily going to get the soft tyres to the end there, from here on in then, I feel. So yeah, Dr. Troops, Kiki, I don't want to say it, but I think they're going to fall down the order like a brick in the water, unfortunately. So the safety car hopefully will be in at the end of this lap then. Yes, there it is. The lights have gone off. We're on board the race leader, the Bahrain Grand Prix winner as well. But Dr. Troops' first ever Grand Prix win in bronze. Can he double his tally tonight and get a second win of his career in bronze? I would say it'd be an absolute mammoth effort if he can do. But of course, fortune favours the brave, doesn't it, in this game? Let's see what Dr. Troops can do. New Potato would love to get a second Grand Prix win and a second Grand Prix win on the trot as well here in his championship campaign. He's already been a bronze champion, but can he become a two-time bronze champion here this season then? Well, it's certainly going to be tough, isn't it? But we've got a long way to go still. But we'll see how this one transpires. Dr. Troops, when he's going to drop the hammer, he ain't going to drop it till late, I don't think, then, because he's going to be under a lot of pressure already, isn't he then? He has straightened up the car. When is he going to bolt? When he is gone! And now we have got a mini sprint race then, as we've already got cars overtaken. You don't overtake until the start-finish line, and there's 2 cars in the pits already. Who is that? That's sickest fucking item in the pit. Sirius Mushroom has got through as well then. And Sirius Mushroom into 4th position. Well then, Brooksy siving through and up into 5th position. There's Sirius Smith the Almighty dropping down to 6th position. There's Slayer in 8th position as well. Dr. Troops has lost the lead then with New Potato taking the lead in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Dr. Troops almost into the wall there. And who we got here then? Styles then passes. I thought someone went off there. Very close indeed there. I keep seeing the cars too close to me at the moment now. Styles then passing Slayer. Slayer then, they're going to get tangled up there. Slayer backs off of it, and he's going to have another go into the chicane then, but I think the soft tires is definitely the way to go then. Moomin Ninja up the inside then of Slayer. Slayer just hasn't got the tools for the job at the moment, has he, there on those medium tires? They are struggling to fire out. Soft tires will fire up a bit quicker here, and then Slayer then almost into the wall here. Moomin is through and up into 10th position there. Don't go side by side through the castle section. Oh goodness me! And unfortunately they've both gone through the castle section. It is out of the race goes Slayer, and unfortunately that's 2 races now that Slayer is not. Oh goodness me! And Sick as Mug had to take a face of action, and I went to the back of Sick as Mug. Oh, Slayer out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. 2x2 does not do well going through the castle section, unfortunately. New Potato's got a 3-second advantage already. On board with Brooksy here on the medium tires. Sirius Mushroom on the course. Can he get another podium in a row? Fantastic. Love the helmet design as well. On board with Sirius Mushroom. Kiki, who is coming back at Dr. Troops. Dr. Troops, who's has had a bit of a problem here on this opening side. Opening a set of laps here. That's tagged in the wall again then. And Sirius Mushroom, I think, was a bit further back then, so he may not have got damage. He's up the inside here of Kiki. and he is through. Kiki has dropped down the order. We've got 2 Alfa Romeos, 3rd and 4th in this race as well. Wow, incredible stuff, Ben. And now Brooksy is having a look. Can he get a podium, Brooksy? Can he? Does he want to steal it off Sarah's Russian there? Goodness, great to be. Oh my gosh! And into the wall goes Smithy Almighty, and that's oh no! And there's carnage in the background there. And oh good, and Slayer left the session. Kiki out of the race there, and he got more cautions out there at the moment. There, it's a mess. It's a mess, I tell you, an absolute mess here. Oh my word there. Movement in 11th position now, Itemized on 12. 13th is Kiki. I just seen an AlphaTauri getting turned around in the background. Didn't see who it was there. But yeah, action and drama here in bronze there. 5 seconds, the gap is at the front there. Dr. Troops is second, Cirrus Mushroom third. Dr. Troops has a 3-second penalty. And he does, and of course that's going to drop him right down the order at the moment, isn't it? Marsky in 5th, Smithy Almighty hit the barrier quite hard, but I think he's still got all his pieces in the right direction. Styles 7th, Alibi 8th, and look at Scooby Stew then in 9th position at the moment. Great stuff here from Scooby Stew, absolute perfection, and maybe my driver of the day for Scooby Stew. He's currently in 9th position at the moment there. Oh, come on Scooby Stew then, a bit of rallycross there. Same for Swanshanks in 10th position. It's all about surviving this one. Smithy Almighty out of the Grand Prix, and he is across the wall out of this race. Some Cirrus Mushroom dropping down into 4th position before going back up into 3rd because Brooksy has taken 2nd. Cirrus Mushroom back up into 3rd position there. And now then is we've also got Alibi and Hungry Stars fight in 4th position, and Hungry Stars up into 6th, and Alibi down to 7th position, Scooby Stew in 8th position, Swanshanks in 9th. Movement is now in the top 10 now. Goodness gracious me, then Marsky has got past Dr. Troops. Dr. Troops is sinking like a stone here, unfortunately. Down into 11th position, and action and drama all the way. Alibi is having a look then, but the straight is not long enough for Alibi. 22 out of 26 there. Driver of the day will be coming up in just a jiffy then. So of course, and there are your change of positions there, isn't there? A lot of drivers are going to be very aggrieved by this one, I think, again this one, and I am as well, because that's unfortunately there's another t-shirt that's going to have to go into the wash there, which is a shame for me, isn't there? Because I'm quite tight with the old washing powder. But yeah, but unfortunately, that's the problem with being a sweaty Becky. So, New Potato 6 seconds in front of Brooksy. Great drive for Brooksy up in the 2nd position. No! Scooby Stew is out of the race. Oh no, and that is absolute rotten luck from Scooby Stew. He was driving a superlative Grand Prix, and he is now out of this race. And oh my word, then as Martin Brundle said, I haven't been this disappointed from Shrek 2. I quite like Shrek 2, I didn't like Shrek 3 to be fair. I wasn't really a fan of that one. Oh, that is such a shame though for Scooby Stew. He was my personal driver today. He was going superbly well. Was Scooby Stew. Marsky is on the cusp of getting a 2nd podium in a row. Cirrus Mushroom is lacking in pace down that back straight there. What about Alibi? Also trying to get past Stars. Stars having to 6th position now. Having to 6th position now. Foster, blimey, they're dropping like flies. They really are, aren't they? Down to 11 cars in this one. Almost half the grid has been depleted in this one on lap 23 out of 26. All but one car is going to get a point at this moment. And then look at Styles up into 4th position there. Cirrus Mushrooms dropped down into 4th as well in the Alfa Romeo. Oh my goodness gracious me. Has Cirrus Mushroom got anything to come back at Marsky, but Marsky 2 races in a row where he's going to be on the podium here. That's a cracking effort indeed. Dr. Troops hasn't got anything to fight, has he, on his hard tyre? I think that might have been the wrong strategic call, unfortunately, there for Dr. Troops then in this one. Well, I would say they're all extended. Cirrus Mushroom. I wonder if Cirrus Mushroom has got a bit of damage then. Maybe when there's a concertina effect down in turn 1. He is down in 4th position down. Here's Styles there. currently in 5th at the moment, Styles. Just remember his best result was 3rd and on the podium last season there. So can Styles match that or better that? He's certainly going to try. Serious Mushroom cannot get out of the corners. He's strong for the traction there. Serious Mushroom is there, but I'm sure that and he's not going to give up this one too much in a hurry there. Styles needs to be careful of that tech throw there. We've got Dr. Troops just behind us, but he's out of DRS, and here comes Styles and he is on the max rev limiter already, and he's going alongside Mushroom there. Going into turn 1 there. Goodness me, they're getting very close there, but Styles, you see, he was on the rev limiter very early on there. Styles was on the need a longer top gear there, unfortunately, for Styles, and it's just unfortunately not been able to get past Serious Mushroom. But this is a great 5th position today for Styles, and if he can stay there, same with Alibi as well. Dr. Troops down in 7th position now, but he's coming back at Alibi for 6th there. Great, and he's not giving up, is he, Dr. Troops there? He's fighting till the bitter end here, and we go into turn 4. 3. Morsky, has he made a mistake there, or was Serious Mushroom now really putting the pressure on now, isn't he? On board now with Serious Mushroom. And Driver of the Day is in now. Then New Potato, 57% of both, 43%. 43% there for, goodness me, 43% there from Stars. Yes, keep your votes coming in, ladies and gents, as we are into the twilight of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We got a bit of a queue here now. Oh no, Swanshanks he is in the wall, and that is also sick as Mark almost in the wall as well. Swanshanks are very gentlemanly there. Of course, he's always gentlemanly, isn't he, Swanshanks is? And letting his teammate through, but Swanshanks are on the cusp of points there. On the cusp of points there. Good stuff indeed. On board now with Hungry Styles and in there. Dino Dan not happy about Serious Mushroom not being a part of the Driver of the Day vote then, as we're just watching Styles and, oh goodness me, you're getting close to the barrier. Swanshanks out of the race is now only the top 10. Gets in the it's only the point score now that's finished. So if you finish this race, you'll get a point. And look at that then, it's now up into 4th position goes Styles, down into 5th goes Mushroom, and can Styles got any oomph left in this McLaren there to get himself onto the podium? He is driving superbly well now, Styles is there. He's got the bit between his teeth. Has he got anything left in that McLaren Mercedes? And here he comes, there he goes, and he is up into 3rd position now. Marsky is limping home. He is limping at the moment. Marsky has said, has he got anything left there? And they almost come into blows at Marsky, is he having a look there? He is having a look there. There's going to be contact. There is contact there. And Marsky dropped down to 5th and Serious Mushroom back up in the 4th position there. And Dr. Troops just behind him, doing a great job to keep Alibi back. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Keep your Driver of the Day votes coming in, ladies and gents. A New Potato is 7 seconds in front of Brooksy, who is 7 seconds in front of Stars at the moment there. Hungry Stars there. Can he break out this DRS of Serious Mushroom with just 1 lap to go? He has done it. Hungry Stars is absolutely flying out there now, isn't he? Brilliant drive there from the McLaren driver. Really well done indeed then. Accelerating on the outside then. New Potato driving absolutely expertly out there, isn't he there? Whilst everyone around there, everywhere on the bronze grid has lost their head almost, is New Potato, who is still leading this race there, going for his 2nd Grand Prix win in a row and of the season as well there for New Potato. And this will also be New Potato's 7th Grand Prix win of his career in ALR as well. Good stuff indeed. I am so stupid, Stupid Stu. Stupid Stu would have been my Driver of the Day then. What a shame for Stupid Stu, because he was in the points in 9th position there in the Alpine, and that was such a shame there for Stupid Stu. I'm absolutely devastated, and I'm devastated for Swanshanks as well. 2 drivers then survived majority of the race, survived majority of the shenanigans, but unfortunately wasn't able to get it to the end of the race. And Itemizer are also on the cusp there to get his 1st point to season 1. I can't believe I'm saying that in Itemizer, because because of course Azerbaijan's had difficult starts this season, hasn't he? He's not enjoyed these 2023 cars at all, but he's in 8th position as it stands at the moment. And yes, points all round is what Pot Stuff is saying then. Goodness gracious me, Vestiaire has just confirmed, yes, unfortunately, New Potato will be leading the championship, and it is free for free. Gold has, Gold's driver, Gold's lead at the top has changed, same with Silver, and now same with Bronze. This banana skin of a circuit here in Baku has really cost all three championship leaders their position at the top of the standings. Good grief there. But this is only round 4 out of 22, of course. We've got a long way to go. There's a long road ahead of us. We go to Miami next week. There is everything still to play for in this one. But it is going to be New Potato returning back to the top of the championship there, because I think did he lead to a bit of last season? I can't remember, but he is a former bronze champion. New Potato comes out of the final turn, and New Potato gets his 7th win of his career in bronze. He wins the 2nd race in a row. New Potato wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and that is an expert driver there from New Potato. Really good stuff indeed. Brooksy getting on his first start tonight then of the season, getting points there. Styles there, what a drive to 3rd position in the end. Sirius Mushroom has lost 4th by his nose cone there at the end as well. Styles on the podium, absolutely be delighted with that. Absolutely delighted with that mega stuff indeed, and also points for Itemizer and for Sick as Muck as well, and for the debutant Moomin. Really incredible stuff indeed. That race was only 10 finishers in here tonight in Baku. A race of attrition. Goodness gracious me. Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely incredible stuff here in Azerbaijan. So I do get the feeling that a lot of drivers are going to be fuming after this one. A lot of drivers are already upset after the first 2 races there. So this one is definitely one for cool head, isn't it? As the bubbly is being sprayed on top of the podium here. Really well done indeed then, as we're going to just take a look at the final classification from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And here it is then, too good to miss. It is New Potato then, his 2nd race win of the season and fastest lap as well. 2nd position, Brooks today. That is perfect for his championship account there. Great stuff. Great start then to his season. Styles had a nightmare start to the season, but first points in the bank there. In 3rd position as well. 2nd podium of his career as well. Brilliant. Marsky in 4th. Great recovery drive. And 2 races in a row now for Marsky, where he scored some major points. Sirius Busher in 5th. He's happy with that. Alabine in 6th. Great stuff. With Troop and Semper. Itemizer getting his first points as well. With Moomin on his debut in 9th. Sickers Murph is the final classification runner, with Swanshanks had the race at the very end. What a shame. And same with Scooby Stew. Both those 2 drivers deserve points, I feel. Smithy out of the race with Kiki, Slayer, Dynamo Dan, Duncan, Dave, Vestiaire, Winnie, and the Vintage all retired then from this incredible Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And wow, that's good stuff indeed then. Of course, gold, silver and bronze has been completed then. And let me get myself sorted then. I think I've got New Potato in the comms box, and I think I've got Brooksy in here as well. New Potato. Well, I got to say, I'm not sure from what you knew from behind you, because it was all anarchy there, but it seemed like quite a straightforward race at the front of the field. Was that the case? Hello, is anyone there?
Who was that
Hello,
question to? Oh, there he is.
how are you doing?
Hello, I thought you all abandoned me. Hello,
No,
Nude. Great race that was, and I must say, I said it was straightforward, but it's anything but straightforward here, isn't it?
definitely wasn't. I just tried to get away because I had a 5 second penalty from Australia, I think. So I was trying to build that 5 seconds if I did get out front. But that's a tricky track. One mishap and that could be over. But I had a nice cushion. I think it was at 16 or 17 seconds, and then the safety car came out, and I was like, ah, Jesus, no way. But now, thankfully, I got away. Dr. Trips, he stayed in hard, so that sort of made it a wee bit easier for me.
It
But I
was
enjoyed it over and all.
Oh, I bet you did that. Did you know about the anarchy going on behind you then? Because there was only 10 finished in the end. Was you a bit concerned about? Because I must admit, I forgot about that 5 second penalty. Was you concerned about anything going on behind you? Because the cars was dropping
Nope,
out left, right, and second there. Was you concerned about another safety car at the end there?
I was because there were safety car galore or virtual safety car. I was like, geez, I'm never going to get away. And then once I reached lap 20, I was like, please, no more safety cars because of a 5 second penalty. But thankfully, there wasn't. But I sort of just took it lap by lap, Sean. Tried to keep it clean.
And that's exactly what you did then. Talk us about the about your options under the safety car. How difficult was it to choose your tires? Because you're the first one there each time coming into the pits. Then did you know exactly what you was going to do for each scenario with the safety car?
No, I did change it to mediums, but it put hards on. But then I seen Dan had come out in hard, so it was sort of yes, it was sort of same tire. So if you'd went mediums, you had an advantage in pace. But we stayed in hards, and then once I seen the next one coming out, I knew he was going to softs straight away. I was surprised that Dr. Troops and Kiki stayed out.
Yeah, we mentioned in commentary they were going to drop like a stone then, and of course you now lead the championship. Vessia unfortunately had issues there in the mid part of the race then, and Dynamo Dan also had issues as well. When you see some of your championship contenders there fall by the wayside, then how do you celebrate in the car, or how difficult is it to keep your head then in those instances?
You know what, Dan? I sort of just seen the names disappearing, but I didn't really. I just tried to stay away because it's so easy that I have known for bad luck. It could just be took away from me within seconds. So it's nice to actually get a bit of luck this season.
Well, I wouldn't say it's luck. I think it's you controlling the pace quite nicely indeed. Then, of course, you've had three pole positions now in a row, and also you've had now two wins in a row as well. It's starting to build some nice momentum in this championship. Yes, we're only after 4 rounds there, so maybe I'm counting me chickens before I hatch that. But with issues today for some of your championship rivals, then do you think who's going to stop you then, or is it yours to lose?
Oh, that could be anybody could win this. I'm just going to, as I said last week, I'm just going to take it race by race and see how it plays out because going with past records, I could just end up crashing out in the next 5 or 6 races in a row.
Well, I hope that's not the case. But well done, stay.
Hopefully not.
Well done, Steve. New brilliant stuff indeed. There, absolutely spot on. Then I think Brooksy joined me in the commentary box as well. I believe. Hello, Brooksy. I must say it's a long time no speak. But your first race there, you've nailed it with second position today. There, it's that easy.
I wish it was every race, mate. Yeah, it was hectic. New Potato was lucky he got away. I got spun out everything, so just took it easy after the second safety car. And then Lucas in my ear, as per, told me to relax because I was going to retire in the pit, but they told me to relax. And then yeah, safety car helped and I got P2.
Talk us about that points where you got spun and stuff. And I must admit there was so much going on. It was very difficult to keep up. Then, by the sounds of it, Percy was very much a guy that gave you a level head in this one. Then, how valuable was it to have Percy alongside you tonight? Then, just trying to keep you going because by the sounds of it, that second would have not existed without Percy.
Yeah, it's just he's keeps me calm, bless him. So it helps. And then it's just one of those ones. I think people just got a bit crazy as it's Baku, so it's hard to overtake apart from the straight. So everyone kept going for silly moves, but it is what it is. It's all done now.
And then with all those safety cars and things like that, then of course this is a street race where I do think then that safety cars breed safety cars. Then how difficult is it to can you predict what's going to happen, or can you try and how do you keep yourself on the edge then to avoid all these silly incidents, or is it just impossible to do?
Sometimes it's impossible, but when you know, so like you can kind of tell something's going to happen, so you brake a lot earlier than obviously cut in, which I did a couple of times. But like I said, I just think everyone just got heated a bit today, and obviously kept crashing each other out. But like I said, it is what it is. We'll race clean in the end, so just one of those ones tonight.
Certainly up, and good gosh, there were 10 retirements then, and of course, this is your first race of the season, Ned, and yeah, podium as well. You did very well in the sprint. I can't remember when you came in the sprint, to be honest. It was just such a long evening tonight, but and this is your first podium. Then, do you think, even though you've missed those first 3 races, do you think you're going to be up there with New Potato, with Vessier, and with Dr. Troops and the rest of the championship bunches this season?
I hope and I am. It just depends if I can get time to play the game. So, Nosey was kind to let me have my seat again still, considering I missed 3 races, but just take it easy and then hopefully I'm up there. Hopefully no more bronze, back into silver.
Really good stuff here. Well done today, Brooksy. And yes, all you have to do is be nice to Nosey. That's why he always gets me a chocolate bar for Christmas. Well done today, guys. That's fantastic stuff indeed there. Congratulations to New Potato. Congratulations to Brooksy. Congratulations to Stars as well. What an incredible drive there. And congratulations to the other 7 that completed this incredible manic Grand Prix. I'm going for a lie down. I'm not sure about the rest of you. Fantastic. Tomorrow is Formula 2 then from Baku still. And then, of course, which is both the feature and the sprint race. Then we go to Miami then. And of course, I'm looking forward to that one there. Of course, there is still a lot rumbling on from Baku. Let's see what the Saga is going to tell us about next week. Goodbye.